This is a business model investigation, and the business is hiding in plain sight on every supermarket shelf in Britain. The baked beans in the supermarket own brand tin and the baked beans in the Heinz tin next to it are, in many cases, identical. Same factory, same recipe, same production line, same beans. The only thing that changed is the label, and what that label does to your brain. This is not a conspiracy theory. It is standard practice across the food industry and has been for decades. And once you understand how it works, you will never look at a supermarket shelf the same way again. This is the markup. Here is the system. Large food manufacturers, the companies that produce Heinz beans, McVitie's biscuits, Kellogg's cornflakes, operate enormous production facilities that run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The economics of food manufacturing demand it. The machinery is expensive. The overheads are fixed. The only way to make the numbers work is to keep the lines running at full capacity. But branded products alone rarely fill that capacity. So the manufacturers make a deal. They approach supermarkets, or the supermarkets approach them, and they agree to produce own-brand versions of the same products using the same facilities, the same ingredients, and often the same recipe. The supermarket pays a lower price per unit because there is no brand marketing to fund, no advertising budget to recover, no celebrity endorsement to justify. The manufacturer gets to run the line at full capacity and cover more fixed costs. The supermarket gets a product it can sell at a lower price with a higher margin. The consumer gets what they believe is a cheaper, inferior alternative. That last part, what the consumer believes, is the key to everything. This is not limited to one product or one country. Tesco's own brand pasta, Sainsbury's own brand cereal, the supermarket's own brand ibuprofen sitting next to the Nurofen, chemically identical active ingredient, fraction of the price. In the United States, Costco's Kirkland brand, one of the most recognized own-label operations in the world, applies the same logic across hundreds of categories, from coffee to clothing to medication. The practice is global. The scale is enormous. Own-brand products now account for somewhere between 40% and 60% of all supermarket sales in the UK, depending on the category. During every economic downturn, the financial crisis, the cost of living surge from 2022 onwards, own-brand sales spike. Consumers switch. They discover the own-brand product is indistinguishable from the branded version. Most of them stay switched. The supermarkets have known this for years. It is why they invested so heavily in own-brand quality from the 1990s onwards. Tesco Finest. Sainsbury's Taste the Difference. Waitrose own brand. These are not budget ranges. They are deliberately positioned to be as good as or better than the branded equivalent, at a price point that generates higher margin for the supermarket than the branded product ever could. Here is the margin structure, and it is striking. When a supermarket sells a branded tin of beans, the brand owner takes a significant portion of the revenue. Manufacturing cost, marketing spend, distribution network, global advertising campaigns. The supermarket's margin on a branded product is typically in the range of 20% to 30%. When the same supermarket sells its own brand tin, potentially made in the same factory, the supermarket captures the entire margin above manufacturing cost. There is no brand owner to share revenue with, no advertising budget to fund. The margin on own brand can be 50% to 60% or higher. The supermarket makes significantly more money selling you their version than they make selling you the branded version. This is why every supermarket dedicates prime shelf placement, eye level, end of aisle, the spaces your eye falls on first, to own brand products. The shelf is the most powerful sales tool the supermarket controls. They point it at the products that make them the most money. The question worth asking is, if the products are often the same, why does anyone still pay more for the brand? The answer is not irrational. It is psychological. And the food industry has spent hundreds of millions of pounds researching and exploiting exactly this. Blind taste tests, conducted by universities, by food journalists, consistently find that consumers cannot reliably distinguish between own brand and branded equivalents. Biscuits, tinned goods, cereals, frozen vegetables, cooking sauces, ibuprofen. But the same consumers, when they can see the label, report the branded product tasting better, or working better, or feeling more trustworthy. The label changes the experience of using the product, not slightly, significantly. The brain applies what psychologists call a quality heuristic. It uses price and brand recognition as a proxy for quality. If something costs more and carries a well-known logo, the brain anticipates a better experience. That anticipation partially creates the experience. The Heinz bean genuinely tastes better to the person who believes it is better, even when it is physically identical to the own brand bean beside it. The brand is not just marketing. It is a flavor ingredient. And the brand owners know this. It is why they continue to spend billions of pounds advertising products that have not materially changed in decades. They are not selling you beans. They are not selling you pasta or cereal or a painkiller. They are selling you the certainty that you bought the right one. There is one more layer. Not all own brand products are made by the branded manufacturer. Some are, many are, but some supermarkets also use smaller independent manufacturers who produce exclusively for own brand ranges and have no branded equivalent at all. The supermarket does not tell you which is which. From the outside of the tin, the box, the packet, you cannot know whether you are holding a product made on the same line as the brand beside it, or a product made by a completely different company to a different specification. What you do know is the price difference, and what the supermarket knows, and has known for years, is that a significant proportion of shoppers will pay the brand premium indefinitely, sustained entirely by a label, an advertisement they saw 20 years ago, and the deep human instinct to use price as a signal of quality. That instinct is worth billions of pounds a year. It costs the brand owner almost nothing to maintain. It costs you the difference between two tins on the same shelf. Next week, we are looking at your cinema. A medium popcorn costs between 15 and 40 pence to make. Your cinema charges £7 for it. That gap is not a markup. It is the entire business model. Thursday, 7 p.m. This channel. This is The Markup. Subscribe. We will see you there.